Greetings and hello, it is Matt Munson here of Matt Munson Fit. Welcome to my 365-day retrospective of my weight loss odyssey. In this video, my plan is to kind of walk you through what's happened over the past year and where I did good, where I did bad, where I stumbled, the things I did, and just get everyone up to speed on what's been going on. If you're looking for information on how you can lose weight, I'm not a dietitian or a physician or a doctor. I'm just a dude who lost like 100 pounds doing it my way. And YouTube and Instagram turned out to be a great resource. So I guess right out of the bag, is that a term? Is that a real expression? I'll say, do your own research. And that doesn't just mean Google. I mean actually talk to doctors, talk to people who have lost a lot of weight. And make your own decisions, because I'm just a guy and my body is unique and it deals with stresses a different way than yours might. So yeah, I'm just a guy. That said, a little more than a year ago, around April of last year, I weighed about 280 pounds. There's a lot of bad things going on in my life, a lot of health problems too, and I had a very interesting experience with my endocrinologist where he sat me down and he looked me in the eye and he said, "You are going to die pretty soon, either from a heart attack or stroke, or you're going to get type 2 diabetes really quickly, and you're on the razor's edge and you need to change everything now or else you're going to die." So that hit me kind of hard, and so what I did is I immediately went to Taco Bell and got my usual, as you do when you're given news like that. And I tell this story because I think things like that are really common. There's a very weird mentality that accompanies obesity. There's a reason you get to where you are. There's a reason you gain 100 pounds or 200 or 300 pounds. And it's not because you're it's not because you're able to control yourself super good. So it took a while. Weirdly enough, even the threat of death wasn't enough to really get me motivated or started. It wasn't until a couple months later where I had a foot surgery that put me in a wheelchair and on the couch and pretty much restricted all physical activity. Not only because I needed to keep my foot immobilized, but also it really hurt. So I sat on the couch for a long time and I noticed how hard it was to move, just to get up, and not just because of my foot injury, just doing anything was really painful and difficult. And I think it was then that I really realized that I needed to make some changes. So I started thinking about my plan of attack. And I sort of had it in my head, as all overweight people will tell you, that I was going to start Monday, because why start today when you can have Doritos? So my plan was, once my doctor had cleared me for exercise, I would start exercising. But then I was like, no, this is what got me in trouble in the first place. Waiting until Monday is my problem. So I decided to start right then and there. And what I did is I took the things that I could manage, which was basically my nutrition. And I came up with some really simple rules. I just decided no processed food, or minimize processed food, I should say. No fast food at all. Minimize sugar. Anything that has sugar in it, don't eat it or try to stay away from it. I also wanted to start cooking so I could have fresh food. And I wanted to eat one green leafy salad per day. And that was it, really. I didn't buy any books on what to eat. I didn't go to any blogs that told me what to eat day to day. I just decided to do those simple things, and it really changed everything. Once my doctor cleared me for exercise, I could do wheelchair rides and I could swim. So I started doing that. I would ride my wheelchair around town, around the parking lot for an hour, and then I'd swim for an hour. And then after a month or so, I got clearance to do light cardio exercise. So I would do recumbent bike, just really light. I was still by that time I had my cast off and I was in a boot. And if you watch one of my earlier videos, the punchline to this story is in 90 days I lost 52 pounds. And that was great. That was really great momentum. And it was then that I realized that I can do this. So I always had in the goal that magical number of 100 pounds. I wanted to get down to 180, which I think would be a good weight for me. I'm 6'3", by the way, but I'm not really muscular, so I figured if I dropped 100 pounds, I've been that weight before, loved it. So I was like, okay, cool. So if I can lose 52 pounds in 90 days, surely I can bang out the rest of this in no time flat. Yeah, it doesn't work like that. So what happened was, over the next 9 months, it really became not really a roller coaster ride. It just became unpredictable. The weight loss definitely slowed down. Like once I hit that 200 pound mark, so I'd lost 80 pounds, which took like another 6 months, I think, to get to that point. Like I just felt good about myself. My foot had totally healed, or for the most part. I could be active again. I could work out. I could walk all I wanted to. So, I was walking an hour or two a day. I was doing cardio for an hour a day. I would sometimes lift weights. I would still swim. And I was doing great, but I started to feel good about myself. And it wasn't like I fell back into bad habits. We'll get to that. I just sort of lost focus because it didn't seem as urgent. My life was no longer in jeopardy, and my clothes fit so much better, and I looked so much better, and I felt so much better about myself that I was kind of like, well, okay, so my friends want to go out for some drinks and some nachos. I'll do that. That's fine. That's not a bad thing. People do that. So I didn't fall into binge eating behaviors. I wasn't hitting that Ben and Jerry's every night or anything, but I was definitely rolling back on the strictness of my program, of the program that got me to 200 pounds. And I don't think that's a bad thing. It just prolonged the effort. So then at around the 11-month mark, I think I was at about 190, which is great. And I really just wanted to push through. I wanted to lose those last 10 pounds, if only so I could cite it as an accomplishment. I'm still sort of waiting to see how it turns out when I hit 180. Is that a weight I want to be? Is it maintainable? Stuff like that. So, yeah, I was feeling really good about myself, about 190. And then San Diego Comic-Con was rapidly approaching, which is something I've been going to since 1986, on and off. And I get really excited about it. I like to go all in. And I really wanted to bring my A game. And so I started working out really hard, sort of leading up to that, to make sure I would fit into everything I wanted to wear. And I got down to 184. So a total of 96 pounds lost. And all prior to that, so almost the entire year prior, I never had a screw up. I never fell off the wagon. I never fell back into bad habits. I would certainly schedule in what I call treat meals. I don't call them cheat meals because I'm not cheating. It's a treat. I would occasionally have a food, like I'd have some pizza, or I'd have a burger, or I'd have some ice cream. The food's not off limits to me. I just know it's not the healthy thing for me to do, so I limit how often I eat it, and because of that, I was able to lose all that weight and keep it off for a year. But then San Diego Comic-Con hit. And I was ill prepared. And San Diego will go down in history as my first official fall off the wagon. And it was pretty much the 1 year mark. So for me, it's basically 5 days solid of hanging out with friends and doing all the things that you do with your friends. So, you go out to dinner, you have some drinks, you have some food. Yeah, but you're doing this for 5 days in a row. Oh, and it's also lunch. So, the first couple days I was there, I had 2 meals a day that were not good for, delicious, but not healthy. So over the course of the con, I definitely consumed way more calories than I should have, and I could feel it. I could feel it in me. If you've never been to San Diego Comic-Con, it's exhausting. So when I got home, I just wanted to take a week off. I needed a vacation from my vacation. So, my legs were hurting, my feet were torn up, I had blisters all over my feet, I just needed a break. So I was like, okay, I'll just check out for a week. Turns out, bad move. Don't ever let yourself fall off the wagon. So I took a week off, and I started to fall back into old habits. Not as severe as what got me to the 280 pounds, but I was definitely, it's just sort of well, since this is a week off, I'll just get let's have some Taco Bell or something. Or since it's my week off and I'm at Chipotle, I'll get the sour cream and the cheese. I don't normally get that anymore, but it's my week off. Yeah, turns out that stuff catches up with you really quickly. So we had a week of Comic-Con, a week of rest, rest. But at the end of that 2 weeks, I was already sort of momentuming downward. So when the next Monday came around, I was like, oh man, I feel kind of lethargic today. I don't feel so good. I think I'll just take today off. Punchline, 3 weeks go by and I gained like 10 pounds. So post Comic-Con weight, 10 pounds. And I'm happy to report, like I said, it was my first official fall off the wagon. And I posted about this on Instagram. By the way, if you're not following me on Instagram, please go check it out. I'm Matt Munson Fit, and I tend to do a little more regular updates there than I do on my YouTube channel. What I see a lot from my fellow YouTubers and Instagrammers who are in the weight loss or fitness community is this happens all the time. This happens to everyone. Everyone backslides. Everyone has that moment of weakness where they fall back and they gain a few pounds. And as everyone will tell you, and I'm going to join the chorus, the trick is to just get back on. Don't let it crush you. Don't say, oh, I'm a failure. My whole effort has been destroyed, undermined, usurped, so I'll just give up and go back to the Ben & Jerry's. It took a while to get back on track, but once I sort of flipped the switch and realized that I was falling back in, I'd gained 10 pounds, I gotta get rid of it. I got right back on it, got right back into my healthy eating habits, working out habits. And right now, as of today, I weigh 186. Yeah, 186 as of this morning. So I've lost most of the Comic-Con weight, which also, point of order, probably wasn't fat. It was just water. There was food in my stomach. I might have gained a pound or two of fat, but I didn't gain 10 pounds of fat in 2 weeks, so it doesn't work that way. So it very quickly left once I started working out again. And now I'm just basically in this final push. I really do want to hit that point where I can say I've lost 100 pounds. I'm almost there, and I'm hoping that over the next couple weeks, now that I'm refocused, that I'll be able to pull it off. So, that's pretty much been the past year of my life, man. It's been a daily thing. It hasn't been a struggle. It's just become part of my routine. I don't find myself hungry. I don't crave a ton of food. I don't think about all the foods I'm missing out on. Just focus on eating the good stuff that's on my menu. Keeping up with my workouts. If I miss a workout, I don't beat myself up. There's a lot of psychology, a lot of internal battles you have to fight to lose weight. And I've really become fond of saying the hardest part about working out or doing a workout is getting to your front door. Once I get to the gym, working out's not that hard. And that's not to say I don't put in effort. I mean, obviously I do. I lost 100 pounds almost. But the hardest part is the psychological battle of getting yourself up off the couch to the front door, down to the gym. I have like a gym in my house. It's right here. I've got a little bench and some weights. And sometimes just going from the couch, which is also, couch is like right there, gym's right here. Sometimes it's hard just to get from there to there. But working out's not that hard. So yeah, I guess that's the punchline. It's hard work. Only the work is mental. Okay, so I'm gonna check in again with the YouTube channel in a little bit. I was really, there's these great OCD memes on the internet. It'll have like a gas pump, and it'll have like 15.000 gallons, price $49.9999, and you can't decide. Do you try to even them both out, or do you? One of the things I struggle with is like, do I make a video if I haven't accomplished much? Like, do I wait until I hit my goal before my next video? But then, like, if I don't hit my goal, I'm like, well, now I haven't made a video in like 2 months, so it's a struggle. But anyway, my computer also died for a while, so now that it's back up, I can actually produce new videos. So, that said, thank you for watching, and I want to say thank you to everyone on Instagram and YouTube and Facebook who have been so supportive of me during this thing. It was never a thing where people were like making fun of me for being fat. People were just encouraging me the further and further I got down the path, and now people are impressed. Now they're like, oh my God, that's amazing, you look great. So all of that's great. It turns out that is valuable. It does affect me. It does make me happy. It does help motivate me. And I guess I ask, if you see people who are trying to lose weight, if you see a fat person at the gym, don't make fun of them. Don't be mean to them. If anything, go up and tell them that, you respect them, that they're trying. And if they have any questions, let you and ask you or whatever. You know, if you see someone online who says, I'm struggling to lose weight, I can't figure it out. Whatever, point them to a video on YouTube or point them to an Instagram, a fitness Instagram or something. You know, tell them they can do it. Whatever. It turns out encouragement really matters, and people respond to it well. Well, I certainly do, and I know other people who do too. And I think if you have an opportunity to make a little change in someone's life, gosh, I'm getting very philosophical. You really should, because, like, you know, being overweight is the difference between life and death. It's not just, as I'm fond of saying in other videos, it's not just inert tissue that makes you big and hard to get off the couch. It destroys you. It's not good for you. It brings on early onset Alzheimer's, type 2 diabetes, dementia. All kinds of cancers are linked with obesity and overweight. It's awful. It's not good for you. It's not just, oh man, I don't feel so good. It's gonna kill you. So if you can encourage people, family members, friends, Facebook people, whatever, please do, because I know they'll appreciate it just the way I did. Okay, subscribe, comment, like, you know the routine. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and with any luck, we'll see you for the next one.